Hey guys, in this video we're going to go through Rory McIlroy workouts, anything that I found on a quick search of YouTube and Google. We're going to be a little bit critical, see what's going on with kind of just a few snippets of his workouts, and maybe look at what you can copy and use in your own workouts, or maybe how you could make your workouts more suitable or even better for yourself. Okay, here we go. So first up, this is from 2014 and it's mentions just some of his favourite go-to exercises that's helped his golf. So he's got bench press, he's got some pull-up variations, he's got some knee raises, some hanging knee raises that is, and some sort of pike Swiss ball move for the core. So a couple of upper body moves, a couple of core moves, absolutely fine. As he said, it's just kind of a few of the exercises that's helped his golf. In terms of the exercises, then yeah, as long as we're improving strength, then absolutely fine. So first up here, he's doing a trap bar deadlift, which looks fairly heavy, and then he's going straight into a box jump. Okay, so the trap bar deadlift, great strength exercise, box jump, great for developing power, both important for golf. Pairing them together, known as a complex training. Okay, so pairing a sort of a high load strength exercise and then going straight into like a plyometric power exercise is known as complex training. I like this. I like it because you've got that strength and you've got that power. You can use these exercises alone, or as part of sort of a superset of complex training in your workouts. You could also do, say, a bench press, then sort of a chest pass with a medicine ball. It needs to be similar sort of muscle group, similar sort of movement pattern, like what Rory's doing, really. So next up, it looks like his sort of lockdown workout here. So he's doing some sort of landmine push presses, also then adding a little rotation into it as well. He's got some more box jumps, and then he's got some sort of strongman bag that he's lifting up and throwing over his shoulder. All great power exercises, okay. Light load, plyometric style with the box jumps as well, for developing power. He's kind of working at the kind of velocity end of the force velocity curve. Okay, so this could be just part of a session, this could be just some of his favorite exercises. It's difficult to really guess, but I'll put some ideas on the screen of how you could use these exercises in part of maybe a weekly program. So you might not just do all these, nothing else. I'm sure that's not what he does. You want to then work at that sort of force end of the force velocity curve as well. So doing some things like squat, bench, deadlift, split squats, maybe some rows, pull-ups, shoulder presses, with sort of that force end, and then maybe starting to move a little bit quicker with medium loads, and then moving really quickly with light loads, and then we're kind of working all the way up and down that force velocity curve. Split stance position, the way he sort of turns and moves his feet, it kind of just really looks to me like a normal medicine ball slam, but starting off by coming up overhead. Maybe it's trying to make it too complex, maybe it's trying to make it too goldfishy. You know, when you look at exercises, it can be general or it can be specific towards golf. The most specific would be a golf swing, and you know, you can swing golf club as fast as you can, which can be great for developing power and things similar to like the speed sticks type thing. But also we want to work on that general end, which is like the box jumps, or broad jumps, or just medicine slams. This one's kind of then moving, I guess, meant to be moving a little bit more specific by adding a rotation, as it kind of says, but I don't think it really looks like it actually is a rotation. It looks like he's just starting off overhead and then turning to the side and slamming it into the ground. So it just looks like a general med ball slam, which I think you'd just be better off doing a general med ball slam, Rory, for that one, as I don't think you're going to get much benefits. If anything, making it more complex will maybe slow it down. So this strongman flip, maybe using slightly heavier loads compared to the others. So if we go back to that force velocity curve, still at the velocity end, but instead of speed, it's maybe speed strength, which I liken kind of to almost like a bit of a clean pull, that sort of movement. It looks like he's sort of using the legs, using the upper body. So a clean pull, or even like maybe a high pull. Just with a little bit more load to work his way up the force velocity curve. Found that Rory likes Pelleting. I assume it says here like intervals and arms, so I'm assuming maybe it's some arm exercises as well. You know, there's nothing wrong with Pelleting. Okay, it's not going to directly improve his golf performance. It'll improve general fitness, which, you know, certain times of the season can be perfect. Absolutely. During the season, if it's something you enjoy, then yeah, absolutely do it. Obviously not going to recommend Pelleting specifically to improve your golf. There's going to be better ways to improve. But if you enjoy it, then absolutely. In moderation, it's not going to maybe harm what you're doing. It's going to get in the way maybe of some strength training, but in the grand scheme of things, within reason, as long as you're not overdoing it, then yeah, it can be in your program, whether that's Pelleting or any sort of cycling. Then yeah, it's a great form of training sort of cardiovascular system, so which is very important for general fitness. This one I found on Google, couldn't find a video for this one, but it sounds like he does a bit of a circuit. Okay, now there's pros and cons to this. In the off season, then yeah, maybe I feel like this was maybe when you first started training, you might have just developed this, adding some heavier weights, put it into a circuit format, kind of almost like a bit CrossFit-y type, which will then improve general fitness, which could be a good place to start in season. It seems a bit of a waste of energy to me. But doing all the sort of right sort of movements, deadlifts, pull-ups, maybe plank, some sort of single arm rows from plank, lunges, it says here. You know, yes and no. It's maybe at certain times, maybe if you really enjoy that sort of style training, then yes, maybe tag it on. You've done a few strength training workouts, you know, you've got enough energy. Your next workout's going to be a circuit because you enjoy that. You're getting maybe some heavier deadlifts or squats in there as well. So great for working sort of strength and cardio, but not to replace or do all the time. Okay, there's a time and a place. So things like lateral duck walk. So yeah, if you're unfit, that's going to make you tired, or even if you're fit, it can make you tired, but not loading. Okay, it's not going to improve strength. It might improve endurance in that sort of exercise, but again, you might as well just practice your squat or lunge movement pattern, because then you can progressively overload those. You're not really going to progressively overload lateral duck walks, or, you know, but obviously that's being a little bit critical. As just a sort of lateral move, great. If it's sort of later on in the program, so you might do your strength exercises, you might do your squat, lunge, press, pulls, and then at the end, a bit of conditioning work like these plank rows and like the lateral duck walks. That'd be a good way of programming it. Maybe more in the off season. Next up then, he's on golf pass and he's doing then goblet squats, he's doing incline bench press with neutral grip, and then he's doing some pull-ups. So it seems a little weird, just these three exercises, and I'm sure he doesn't just do these three exercises all the time. Okay, you wouldn't, you might, if you're really stuck for time, you might do, okay, you got goblet squat, incline bench press and pull-ups one day, and next time you go in, you might then choose a deadlift, a single arm row and a shoulder press. Okay, just different patterns. You wouldn't necessarily just stick to just three exactly the same things each time. The goblet squat I have a little issue with, because if he's looking to improve strength, he's going to have to hold a really heavy kettlebell to develop strength in the lower body, which which becomes tricky, especially as you get to the fitness level of Rory. If you're a beginner, absolutely, you can start with that, okay? But if you're a real beginner, then chances are you're probably going to be struggling with a pull-up. So there needs to be an element of overload with the goblet squat, so you progress then onto like a back squat, for example, or if you don't have access to that, then it might be in the gym, might be a leg press if you feel more comfortable, but it needs to be challenging enough. So Rory also mentions about the sets and reps maybe that he does, and he starts off doing like a set of 10, then 8, 6, then finishing with a 4. And I think he's sort of mentioning this when he's doing the incline bench press and pull-ups. So there's pros and cons to this sort of pyramid, and it's great that he's then lifting heavier. Things you want to watch out for. So if you're going heavy with a higher RPE, so rate of perceived exertion, for a set of 10, 8 and 6, you're going to be a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued for the 4 and 2, which defeats the object a little bit, okay? If the 10, 8, 6 are warm-up sets, okay, and RPE is lower, okay, that kind of makes sense. But then, why would you do 10, 8, 6? You might just do one set of 4 and then 2 with a couple of warm-up sets of 4 to 5 reps. Anyway, that means then if you do warm-up sets of 10, 8, 6, and then you're just doing 1 or 2 heavy sets, which is fine, lower volume, okay, but there's going to be times where you maybe want higher volume as well. So incline bench press again, we're always doing neutral grip. So again, nice position for the shoulders, that neutral grip compared to sort of out here. So neutral grip, elbows tucked in maybe a little bit more, or pulls the elbows in. Incline bench press, a little bit more shoulders compared to like a flat bench press. Some people prefer a position on their back as well with a slight incline. So again, a nice position for a pressing move. So I like that. Next up, he's got a split squat, so front foot elevated split squat, a little bit rocking backwards and forwards, but we're not really gonna look at technique too much in this one. Next up, again, single arm rows, great to work the body, again with dumbbells. So it's got a little bit of a swing going on, maybe creating a bit of momentum, maybe finds that helpful for getting the lats engaged a little bit more. Not sure. Otherwise, everyone's got to do some bicep curls, So seated bicep curls, looking nice, controlled movement there, Roars. And then skull crushers by the looks of it. Didn't look particularly great form, but that looked also like it was the last rep of the set. So again, we're not really going to critique form there. Next up, we've got some squat jumps. It doesn't look like he's really trying to jump high with these. So I don't know if he's just wearing himself out, because that's all he's really probably gaining from those, not really developing power. It's the intent with each jump. We really need to be jumping as high as we can. So not too sure what that was about with those ones. So now he's setting up for a deadlift, and it looks like he's using quite a wide grip, so also known as sort of a snatch grip. And he's going to do some sort of Romanian or stiff leg deadlift here. So great exercise, posture's looking really nice for the back, posterior chain, so hammies, glutes, back, and wider grip kind of makes the lats work harder to keep barring nice and close to the body. Can't use as much weight, so again, there might be reasons why he's doing that compared to a sort of a closer grip just outside your hips. But 50 kg didn't look a problem for Rory, so not sure if it's just a sort of a light sort of recovery type day going on here, because similar with these squats, tempo's quick, so I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to achieve from these, because it's not looking like he's improving strength with this. There you go, guys, a brief look into Rory's workouts from what I found on YouTube and Google, some of my own thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.